Hello, we are starting Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine today. I'm going to a friend's birthday party, hence why I'm dressed like this. Let's go! Okay, hi, I've just gotten to my friends, but we were listening to Eleanor Oliphant the whole way here. I need to get the rest of my outfit on. Amazing, I have more than this nonsense. But I am now 12% in, and here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to like this book very much, because our main character, and I didn't know this part about her in the synopsis, it didn't really cover this, is she sees a man, like, giving a speech or something, and is like, that's going to be my husband kind of thing, because he didn't have the bottom button of his vest button, because that's a real sign of a gentleman. And like, I don't know if the author is intending this to be a story of someone who was autistic, but she is reading very on the spectrum. And if Eleanor Oliphant was a man doing this book, no way. Like, making this idea of someone in their head who they've never even talked to. I thought this book was going to be something completely different. But this is one of the 25 of 2025. Somebody else put this on my TBR, so maybe it'll improve. But right now, I do feel like I'm reading a bit of, if you guys have ever watched The Big Bang Theory, I am reading the very early Amy Farrah Fowler character. Because she's like doing this so that her mom will get off her back kind of thing. But her mom, I think, is also institutionalized, may have been abusive, and there's a lot of things untangling. I guess Eleanor also has a huge scar on her face. I don't know why yet, but yeah. I don't know how I feel about this one. I know it's a little bit more on the, not lit fic, but it might be a little bit lit fic, which is not my genre. But it's, I don't know. I don't know right now how I feel, but I'll listen to more of it when I drive back down. It's about a 40-minute drive here, so that's why I'm panicking. I didn't get to put on any makeup or anything, so I probably look terrible. Yeah. Okay, and sorry about the audio, because I didn't bring my microphone and stuff for this. But okay, we're gonna go play Bunko in costume. Having the heart attack of my life. I just got pulled over by the cops, but not for speeding or anything. Just I have a headlight out and I didn't realize it, so awesome. Okay, we're home now. It is 9:39. Hey, I gotta go to bed, basically. So I have listened a little bit more, and it's fine. I would like clarification on what's going on with Eleanor. There's something definitely in the past that has happened, and then the social worker being like, oh, you must miss her so much, and she thought she was talking about her mom. She wasn't. So I'm thinking like she had a traumatic incident, maybe, and lost memory of maybe a child or something. I don't know. That's my assumptions at this point. I'm making a lot of assumptions. Somebody just dropped their phone in this book, because it doesn't tell you anything right away. And I get why a lot of books don't do that, but with this style of story, I want a lot more information than I'm getting. So we'll see, but I am 21% in. So we will continue this tomorrow after I go to bed. Good night. Hello, everybody. We are home. It is almost 7 o'clock. I have gotten my light fixed, my oil changed, and figured out my check engine light came on this morning. That's super fun. It's my spark plugs, and I'm like, whatever. Sometimes they're fine, sometimes they're like, change us, but is rough. Anyway, it's dumb, and I don't have enough money right now to go get those changed, because we tried doing it ourselves once, and the way that my car is set up, it's nearly impossible to get to them. It's very frustrating. Anyway, I'm like exhausted all of a sudden, which is not good, because you think so. But I've been listening more to Eleanor Oliphant, and here's the thing. I don't like this book. I wish I did. I'm having a hard time with it. And the thing about it that I don't like is I went on and I wanted to do some research because I wanted to confirm if Eleanor Oliphant was like an actual like disability representation, and if so, which specific one, because nothing's been explicitly stated, and I'm a creature that hates ambiguity. Let that be known right now. This is the biggest part about this book that I don't like, is the ambiguity in this, because the way that she goes about through life, it's like, this could be on the autism spectrum. This could be some OCD. This could be another thing that I think is a spoiler, because I guess one of the twists, that I don't think it was really that twisty, but it's pretty obvious. It could also be characterizations of CPTSD. You know, there's a lot of different things that this could be. And so I'm like, I want to know, what did the author say? And I'm looking it up, and the author is like, when people are intentionally ambiguous, especially in terms of a neurodivergent person, it makes me very upset, because it leads people to jump to their own conclusions, which in some ways is good, but also for this it's bad, because then they start almost, I guess, armchair diagnosing or something, or I feel like a lot of the behaviors that she's showing are made to make the audience almost laugh at her, which then gives people leave to laugh at those who also experience the world in a similar fashion that Eleanor Oliphant does. So I don't know for sure. And especially like looking at the author, I'm like, oh, is the author neurodivergent? Are they speaking from their own experiences? And as far as I can tell, no, they are not. Which also leads to like stereotyping, which is why in the beginning I really felt like we were doing Amy Farrah Fowler, and a lot of characters in the Big Bang Theory that's one of the things about the Sheldons, like I've been tested thing, when he is clearly very neurodivergent and stuff. And, you know, their neurospiciness was made to be a joke on the show, and it gave leave a lot of people to make fun of others who do those things. And that's the thing I'm having the biggest struggle with. And just I don't know if this is actually leading to a romance between her and Raymond. I kind of hope it doesn't, because the way that Raymond also treats her in a way, even though like he is a nicer guy, but doesn't seem to clock her uniqueness and her, you know, her difference, her divergence, basically. And there's a few points where they're like just talking about going to this party, and she's like, we got to show up at 7. That's when it starts. And he's like, no, it's an obvious rule that it's not an obvious rule to anyone. And the way that that's handled, like, it's fine, but it still kind of irked me the wrong way. And then like certain things that he kind of laughs at that are not jokes to her. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm also neurodivergent that I'm just like, I feel like this book is not necessarily helping in terms of stereotypes with people that just are different. And I don't know. I'm not enjoying it. I'm also just kind of bored, because this is not the genre of books that I enjoy reading very often. And I'm just like, everyone sucks here kind of situation. I mean, not everybody sucks, but I don't care for Eleanor very much, just in general, because I don't think it's, not necessarily I don't like Eleanor. I don't like how Eleanor is being written, and I find it just very boring and dull. And it's the delusion of grandeur situation still, with the fantasy man that she knows nothing about. And then I don't really care for Raymond in general, and they're really the only two main characters, because then we have Sammy, but then the thing happens. Yeah, it's just like, it's that type of thing that, like, it's the thing that, like, with the Oscars, right? They always give them to, like, the dramatic movies and stuff like that, but nobody actually watches. And I feel like this is one of those books where everyone says that they like it, and they're lying about liking it. I don't know. I'm not vibing with this book, and I kind of wanted to vibe a little bit more. I thought I would relate a bit more. I mean, I'm relating in certain ways, but otherwise I'm just not having fun with it. So anyway, we still have a couple hours left to get through. We have 4.5 hours, so it's 7 o'clock. we might be able to finish it tonight. I need to start figuring out the packing situation for my convention this weekend. So that's what we're gonna go do. Sorry, my microphone died because I accidentally left it on while I was doing all that. We've organized a little bit. I still have more organizing to do and figuring out my best methods, but we have finished. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine, and I'm still kind of annoyed with the ambiguity. Also, open-ended ending. Like, the twist didn't really twist for me. I kind of felt it early on with her mum. I was wrong about the child thing. Like, I thought, like, I was just not timelining correctly at the beginning of my first assessments about who the social worker was like, oh, you must miss her so much. With my assumption that it was like a daughter or something that she'd lost. I do feel like the subject of domestic abuse that happened in this with her previous boyfriend, I feel like that wasn't, it really was like a non-thing. And I get it because on her perspective, she's like, I've moved on, whatever. But I don't know. I felt like we could have talked more about that. I guess for Herkyet, I can officially use this for like depression in the disability thing, because at least that's confirmed, but everything else is not. And I just really don't like that ambiguity in this, especially in such a popular novel, because I do feel like while labels are not necessarily important for everyone, I feel like they're very important to see, because some people feel labels are very helpful for them. I'm a person that likes having a label and being able to go, this is the thing. And others aren't, and that's fine. But I feel like for something that has such reach, having a label on things would help a lot of people out, in my opinion. But, I mean, it's fine. I didn't like, just, there's so much open-endedness. It's too lit-ficky for me. I'm sorry. I don't have a great ways to discuss this book just because I'm like, nah, on it. I think it has moments that are good and other moments that I'm like, I don't trust it. I don't like it. And I don't know how I really feel about the author. I'd like to see some actual interviews with her talking about the book. Maybe that will give me a better understanding of where she was coming from with writing this very neurodivergent character, if she herself is not neurodivergent, and if she was playing on stereotypes on like a variety of things. So I don't know. I don't know her backstory, so that's a lot of assumptions that I'm currently making. And I am fully okay with being wrong on this one, just because It's not a book that I would have picked up myself. This one was definitely put on here from you guys. And I'm going to give it a 3 just because I don't think it's neither bad nor good, but I don't think it should be as hyped as it is. I think there are better books that explore this kind of mentality overall. I do appreciate the cat. Cat's great. I do like that. The idea that animals can help save us, and that's really good. So props to the cat. That earned you that 3rd star. But yeah, that's kind of where I've sat with this one. I'm glad I've done it. So I can check it off the list, but you know, that's how I am. So anyway, I have to go to bed now because I have to work in the morning, and this battery is gonna die. So yeah, that was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. On to the next.